So I figured rather than doing just a video where I tell you the information, I would quiz you on it beforehand. Now I'm without my headphones actually at the minute because I updated my Audacity, and for some reason now when I hit record I can no longer hear what's coming out of my Yeti live. So we're just going to have to hope that I can maintain the correct level of whisper throughout that is needed, and I can manually hear any loud bangs and noises and remember to cut them out. But yeah, I reckon without further ado, let's get into a nice, long, relaxing video full of random trivia. So our first question, well our first section I should say, is going to be on movies. And I'll give you a couple of seconds between the question and the answer before I give you it. But question number one. Taking place over the course of a whole day, which 1986 movie stars Anthony Michael Hall, Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy, Molly Ringwald and Judd Nelson as a brain and athlete, a basket case, a princess and a criminal? And the answer is, of course, The Breakfast Club. Question number two. We'll always have Paris, and here's looking at you, kid, are among the memorable quotes from which classic 1943 film? The answer is Casablanca. A sign reading, "Hope you have what she had," still hangs over a booth in Manhattan Katz's Delicatessen, where a scene from what romantic comedy was filmed? 3, 2, 1. The answer is When Harry Met Sally. A silent airplane engine in Hitchcock's notorious The Shining briefcase in Pulp Fiction, the titular statue in The Maltese Falcon. These are examples of what Scottish sounding movie trope which refers to an object necessary to the plot, but which is in and of itself irrelevant or unimportant. And the answer to that is MacGuffin. Next question. 5 men with the same 4-letter first name won Oscars for the first Star Wars film. Mr. Barry won for art direction, Mr. Mollo for costume design, Mr. Williams for original score. That should probably give it away. And Mr. Steers and Mr. Dijkstra for visual effects. What name did they share? The name they shared was John, and that was my stomach rumbling. Question number 6. Who won a record 4 Academy Awards for Best Actress for Morning Glory in 1934? Guess Who's Coming to Dinner in 1968, The Lion in Winter in 1969, and On Golden Bond in 1982. The answer is Katharine Hepburn. Right. Let's move on to the next category, shall we? And this is just on the first site of Doom, so it's likely we'll go back through the various sections again later in the video, should you last that long and you don't fall asleep. But we now move into music, so is total blank of the heart. Fill in the one word E blank. Total blank of the heart. The answer we're looking for is, of course, eclipse. Eclipse. The late Pittsburgh rapper Mac Miller got name dropped by Ariana Grande. In what breakup anthem that also gives gratitude to exes Pete Davidson and Big Sean? The title of the song is Thank You, Next. She must have practiced. Chinese pianist Yusha Wang performed with the Philadelphia Orchestra on October 7th, 2021 for the post-COVID reopening of what legendary New York City music venue? What venue was it? What venue? The answer is Carnegie Hall. Is that how you say it? Or was it Carnegie? No, Carnegie Hall, I'm pretty sure. I feel like my posture is so bad. I keep having to sort of remind myself to sit up properly. Named after a 1950 blues song by Muddy Waters and a 1965 Bob Dylan hit, what magazine's list of the 100 greatest artists of all time includes these top 3 selections? Elvis Presley, the Rolling Stones, and the Beatles. What magazine? And the answer is Rolling Stone. What Cuban pop sensation, who first rose to prominence as part of the girl group Fifth Harmony in the X Factor TV show, has produced such recent hits as Don't Go Yet, Senorita, and Havana? Relatively easy one, I would say. The answer is, of course, Camila Cabello. With signature tunes like The Entertainer, turn-of-the-century African-American composer Scott Joplin was known as the king of what style of music? Scott Joplin was known as the king of ragtime. Okay, that's enough of music for now. Now let's move on to TV. So, question number 1 for TV. One of the top 5 television series of the 2000s, according to IMDb.com. What miniseries about an army regiment in Europe during World War II was created by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, who also acted as executive producers? And the answer is Band of Brothers. What is the first name of television and radio doctor Westheimer, who didn't begin her media career as Grandma Freud until age 52 in 1980, when she began fielding listeners' calls asking about topics that had traditionally been taboo on traditional media channels? 3, 2, 1. The answer is Ruth. What man served a single year as the mayor of Cincinnati in 1977, 14 years before the debut of his namesake television show? What man served as the mayor of Cincinnati in 1977? The answer is Jerry Springer. was on what TV series that ran from 1994 to 2009? And the answer is E. R. Next up, developed by George Lerner in 1949 and manufactured by Hasbro in 1952. What children's toy was the first ever to be advertised on television? The campaign was groundbreaking, as it was the first campaign to explicitly market towards children, upending the advertising industry and the economics of the toy industry. I feel like this is relatively easy, but the answer to this, Mr. Potato Head, Potato Head, Mr. Potato Head. Oh, this is a good one. Very relevant to this type of video. Sporting abundant hair and a love of happy trees, what was the first and last name of the guy who hosted the PBS television program The Joy of Painting? I feel like lovers of ASMR should probably know who this guy is. The answer is, of course, Bob Ross. Some argue is the grandfather of ASMR. Okay, let's move on to another section. I'd like to think of myself as a big fan of this next one. Food. So, what famous cereal mascots' first and middle names are Horatio Magellan, helms a ship called the Guppy, and sports a Napoleon-style hat? And the answer is Cap'n Crunch. Cap'n Crunch. Although it's come to mean any flavoured mayonnaise in the United States, purists might suggest that what Italian word should refer to an emulsion containing only garlic and olive oil. An emulsion containing only garlic and olive oil. The answer is aioli. Aioli. We're still recording. So, if you were going to make a Pee Wee Herman out of pasta, you might use rigatoni for his legs, ziti for his arms, orecchiette for his ears, and a bow tie from what F-word pasta that translates to butterfly? What F-word pasta that translates to butterfly? The answer to that is farfalle or farfalle. Not sure. What dessert, made up of ice cream, sponge cake and meringue, and placed briefly in a hot oven, was named in honour of a purchase the United States made from Russia in 1867? What's the name of the dessert? The dessert. The answer is Baked Alaska. Baked Alaska. Packaging and advertising for Nestlé's global food brand La Latière features a woman from an iconic Johann Vermeer painting. At the time of the painting, the woman would have been known as a kitchen maid. What beverage is she holding? What beverage is she holding? The answer to this one is milk. I love a glass of milk. Seasoned boneless pork dipped in a tangy barbecue sauce, topped with slivered onions and dill pickles, all served on a toasted home-style bun is how McDonald's describes what limited availability menu item. Now, I don't think we actually get this here in the UK, so my UK viewers might not know this one. But the answer is the McRib, the McRib, the McRib. And we'll do one more food-related question. According to the USDA, a can of fruit cocktail must be comprised of 25 to 45% pears, 6 to 16% pineapple, 6 to 20% grapes, 2 to 6% cherries, and as its largest proportion, 30 to 50% of what fruit? What fruit, according to the USDA, should make up the proportion of a fruit cocktail? Well, the answer is actually peach. Peach. Okay, next topic. We're going to move on to geography. Let's see how you guys fare with your geography questions. So, I feel like a couple of these are going to test my pronunciation skills. So, Tegucigalpa is the largest city and capital of which Central American country? Tegucigalpa is the largest city and capital of Honduras. New York City and Oklahoma City are the most popular cities in their respective states. Indianapolis is the most populous in Indiana. There is one other state whose most popular city contains the name of the state. What state is it? Or the name of the place? So you've got New York for New York, Oklahoma, you've got Indianapolis for Indiana. The other state is Virginia / Virginia Beach. The Decade volcanoes are a group of 16 volcanoes considered by volcanologists to be the world's most dangerous because of their proximity to human settlements. What volcano near the Italian city of Naples, which has erupted many times since 79 CE, is among these? And the name of the volcano is, of course, Vesuvius, which I actually went and climbed and stood on top on in the summer. Sadly didn't erupt though, probably would have been a bit more exciting. Okay, next one. There are only 3 countries that are landlocked by just one country. 2 are in Italy, Vatican City and San Marino. The third is Lesotho, which is in which country? So what country landlocks Lesotho? Anyone who plays GeoGuessr should probably know this. The answer is South Africa. Located on the south of Honshu and the northern shore of Osaka Bay, what keyword Japanese city gave its name to a type of beef and a famous LA Laker? That's a pretty easy one. The answer is Kobe. Of the 195 states recognized, 195 countries, recognized by the United Nations, there are 4 which has Guinea within their name. We have Guinea as one, Guinea-Bissau, and Papua New Guinea. What is the Central African country whose citizens are known as Equato-Guineans? I feel like that's relatively easy. That last part of the question kind of gives it away, but the answer is, of course, Equatorial Guinea. What Asian country is the only one in the world whose national flag is not a quadrilateral? Whose national flag is not a quadrilateral? The answer is, of course, Nepal. Nepal. If you wanted to travel through 3 adjacent US states that all started with the same letter, you would have to travel through which 3 states? Travelling through 3 adjacent US states, all starting with the same letter. The answer is Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. And the final geography-related question. What river, located entirely within China, is the longest river in Asia and the longest river in the world to flow entirely through one country? The answer is the Yangtze River. The next section is world history. Now, I did history for my degree, as many of you may know. So actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I swear I haven't read these before. I haven't read this far, so I'm going to answer the 6 or 7 that we do. I'm not going to completely expose myself or flex how much of a genius I am. Okay, so number 1. The Turkish clan that drove Byzantine forces out of modern-day Turkey became an empire that lasted nearly 600 years and also became the namesake for a specific piece of foot-friendly furniture. What is this empire? I definitely know this one. I probably could have known it before the furniture-related clue, but it is. I believe it's the Ottoman Empire. Yes, the answer is the Ottoman Empire. So, despite its gross-sounding name, what ancient Roman place was actually an entrance to a stadium or theatre, and not a room where rich people would throw up giant meals so they could go eat more? I don't know this one. Despite its gross-sounding name, ancient Roman place was an entrance to a stadium. I probably will know it, but I don't think... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The answer is Vomitorium. Vomitorium. What Greek philosopher of the 4th century BC created one of the first evidence-based systems of geology, theorizing that the Earth changes over time in ways one individual cannot see? He is known for being a student of Plato and for writing such books such as Poetics. Blimey, that's 3 pretty big clues, and I believe the answer is Aristotle. And yes, that is correct. The answer is Aristotle. Okay, so along with ancient Egyptian, the Rosetta Stone, carved during the Hellenistic period, and key to the deciphering of hieroglyphics, features which other language? The Rosetta Stone, carved during the Hellenistic period. I'm gonna take a guess and go probably Greek. I think. I feel like the Greeks, a lot of history involves them. Yeah, and the answer is Greek. I didn't know that one. That was just more like an educated guess. The tomb of Qin Shi Yes, the answer is the Bayeux Tapestry. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do this one. The English word chocolate comes from a Spanish word which comes from a classic word in what language, spoken widely in central Mexico during the 16th century Spanish conquest. Now, I accidentally scrolled down so I know the answer to this one because I just read it. But you can probably work this one out for yourselves. It is, of course, Aztec. Aztec. Okay, that's enough world history. Let's now test ourselves on some religion. Okay, so let's have a little look. A golden IPA made by New Belgium Brewing is something Ranger. Fill in the one word blank beginning with the letter V. Also the name of a Caribbean religion that combines Roman Catholicism with African magic. Roman Catholicism. That's not how you say that. Roman Catholicism with African magic. The answer is voodoo. What Chinese philosopher of the 6th century BC taught ethics, politics, and other ways of life to Yan Kui, Shenji, and other disciples of his philosophy and eventual religion? The answer is Confucius. Confucius. On the US Library of Congress's list of books that shaped America is what 1830 religious text that sets out the tenets of a religion founded by Joseph Smith? The answer is the Book of Mormon. Christianity and Islam each have more than 1 billion followers. So does one other world religion. What is it? What is that religion? Well, the answer is Hinduism. Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam all have 1 billion plus followers. The first known instance of banning coffee was in a Saudi Arabian holy city in 1511, as the drink was believed to stimulate radical thinking. What was this anti-coffee city? Anti-coffee city was Mecca. Mecca. In what book of the Bible would you find the following phrase? And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And the answer is the book of Revelation. And final one for religion. What holiest day of the Jewish year focuses on atonement with a fast, confession and prayer? It lent its name to an armed conflict between Israel and a coalition of Egypt and Syria in 1973. The answer is Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep rattling through the sections. Our next topic is literature. Literature. Now, do I join in with this one? No, I'm not going to, because his fiction and character creations. What famous author was also an ophthalmologist? He studied medicine at the University of Edinburgh in the 1870s, was a determined supporter of compulsory vaccination, and partially based his most famous character on a former university teacher. The answer to this one is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Okay, this word looks weird. What language in which double plus and good means very bad does the government of Oceania use to establish thought control in George Orwell's novel 1984? I've never read 1984, probably should, but the answer is Newspeak. Newspeak. Although he published over 60 books under a different name, who published 13 books under the name Theo Lessig and one book under the name Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone, Theo Lessig. The answer is Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. Considered a partially fictional autobiography by Charles Dickens, what are the two words missing from this well-known literary title of the 19th century? The personal history, adventures, experience, and observation of blank, blank, the younger of Blunderstone Rookery. The answer is David Copperfield. Copperfield. Oh, lovely. Next section is definitely my strong point. Math and science. Math and science. At least they've been merged into one, so we don't have to put ourselves through, too much pain. So, a British scientist gave his name to what familiar 4x4 square used to illustrate the probability that the offspring of two individuals will have a given genotype. Two individuals will have a given genotype. The answer is Punnett Square. Punnett Square. If you dip a paper towel in water, the water will climb up the towel, appearing to ignore gravity. This is an example of blank action. The same action is what helps plants pull water up their roots. What C word fills in the blank? It's not the C word you're probably thinking of, unless you're thinking of capillary, in which case you'd be right. Acceleration is the change in an object's velocity with respect to time. The change of an object's velocity. The change of an object's acceleration with respect to time is called what? A name it shares with some chicken dishes and some inconsiderate people. So the change of an object's acceleration with respect to time. The answer is jerk. Jerk. I love a bit of jerk chicken, I have to say. What is the sum of the only number that is spelled with its letters in alphabetical order and the only number that is spelled with its letters in reverse alphabetical order? This is mad. Okay, I'll repeat this one because if you're, not yet falling asleep and you're still trying to work your brain a bit, this is quite a good one. What is the sum of the only number that is spelled with its letters in alphabetical order and the only number that is spelled with its letters in reverse alphabetical order? And the answer to this one is by environmentalists William E. Rees and Dr. Mathis Wackenagel during the 1990s. Greenhouse gas emissions created by human activity. This is, of course, better known as our carbon footprint. Iodine and europium are two of the three chemical elements whose first names start with two vowels. First identified in the 1950s, the third element to fit that category is named after what science guy? So you've got iodine and europium. The third is Einsteinium. Einsteinium. It doesn't sound like it exists, but I will trust the questions. And here we go, let's do one more from this section. So, which natural number is not just a favourite of the internet, but special because it's the only number that's square and cube, uses every decimal digit from 0 to 9 exactly once? Which natural number is not just a favourite of the internet, but special because it's the only number that's square and cube, uses every decimal digit from 0 to 9 exactly once? Interesting. The answer is 69. You could probably have guessed that from the first part of that question. 69. Nice. Okay. What remaining sections have we got? Let's have a little look. Oh, we've got sports now. Let's have some sports questions. After football, brackets soccer, what is the second most popular sport in the world? Although there is discussion about this sport returning to the Olympics in 2028, it has not been in the Olympics since 1900. The second most popular sport is cricket. It can be played indoors or outdoors. It's notable for attracting a wide range of ages and fitness levels. It combines elements of tennis, badminton and ping pong. Its highest governing body is the IFB. What sport is it? I've never heard of this sport. It's called pickleball. On the 2022 Forbes list of highest paid athletes, two of the top 5 are basketball players, LeBron James and Steph Curry, who are at number 2 and 5 respectively. The other 3 athletes in the top 5 all play the same sport. What sport? The answer is football. Soccer, if you're nasty. Known by a nickname that nowadays would more likely be applied to a woman, newborn, or even a famous pig. Which legendary left-handed American sportsman had the little-used first names George Herman? And this is, of course, Babe Ruth. Long-time Boston Celtics coach and executive Arnold Jacob Auerbach, also a basketball pioneer who is credited with the invention of the fast break. Ironically, despite being associated with the Celtics, what was Auerbach's colourful nickname? The answer is Red. The Walt Disney Company founded a professional sports franchise in 1993 and based the new team's name on a successful 1992 film. What sport did this team play? And the answer is hockey. NFL team has their logo on one side of the helmet and not the other? What team is this? What team is this? And the answer is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. A main group of riders in a bike race is a peloton, named from the French for what group of soldiers that are smaller than a company but larger than a squad? Oh wait, what? Does that make sense? A main group of riders in a bike race is a peloton, named from the French for what group of soldiers that are larger than a company but larger than a squad? Smaller than a company, larger than a squad. I've butchered this question. The answer's platoon. Peloton comes from platoon. One of the very few sports that the US has never won a medal for in the Olympics, men or women, is what sport described as a team sport, in which two teams of 7 players each pass a ball using their hands, with the aim of throwing it into the goal of the other team. I mean, I'm sure there could have been slightly more difficult clues, but the answer is handball. Right, I've actually reached the bottom of that page, so let's move on to the next one. So, how is this one organised? Let's have a look. General trivia questions, okay, so this is just gonna, this is gonna be very random, but I guess that's good because we're nearing the latter stages of the video, so let's go. What does www stand for in a website browser? I feel like it's a nice easy one to get us going. The answer is, of course, World Wide Web. How long is an Olympic swimming pool in meters? An Olympic swimming pool is 50 meters long. What countries made up the original Axis powers in World War II? The original Axis powers were Germany, Italy, and Japan. Which country do cities of Perth, Adelaide, and Brisbane belong to? This is, of course, Australia. Shout out to any Australian viewers out there. What geometric shape is generally used for stop signs? What shape is a stop sign? The answer is, of course, octagon. Octagon, 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 octagon. It's a nice asymmetrical word. What is cynophobia? Or cynophobia? Cynophobia. This is the fear of dogs. That's a sad phobia to have. Who named the Pacific Ocean? Who named it? Who named the Pacific Ocean? The answer is Ferdinand Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan. I didn't know that one. How many languages are written from right to left? How many languages are written from right to left? The answer is 12. I would like to have known what languages they are, but it's obviously too much to ask for this website. How many countries still have shilling as currency? Bonus points for naming those countries. So what countries still have shilling as currency? The answer is 4, and those countries are Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Somalia. What is the name of the man who launched eBay back in 1999? the name of the biggest technology company in South Korea? The biggest technology company in South Korea. The answer is Samsung. Which animal can be seen on the Porsche logo? This is, of course, a horse. Which monarch officially made Valentine's Day a holiday in 1537? This was, of course, Henry VIII. I think I've got a Henry VIII history video planned in the not so distant future, if my memory serves me correctly. I like these are quite quick fire. The next one is, who wrote the first dictionary? Who wrote the first dictionary? The answer is Robert Cordray. Robert Cordray. What is the name of the world's largest ocean? The world's largest ocean. The answer is, of course, the Pacific. Now, I'm gonna hide the answers and try and answer along myself. The next question just happens to be a history question, so the demolition of the Berlin Wall separating East and West Germany began in what year? The demolition of the Berlin Wall, I believe, is 1989, but it could be 1990. No, it's not. It's either 88 or 89. I think it's 1989. And yes, the answer is 1989. By the way, even though I did a history degree, I'm definitely not a history expert. That was like years and years ago. Like, the majority of that stuff now is just somewhere in a part of my brain that I no longer use. Okay, and what is the Romanized Arabic word for moon? Romanized Arabic word for moon. I don't know this one, I don't think. No. The answer is Qamar, spelled Qamar. Did not know that. Who was the first woman pilot to fly solo across the Atlantic? I think it's a pretty easy one. I believe it's Amelia Earhart, who I think we've done a video on the channel before, or she was like part of a video. I'm not sure actually, but yes, the answer is Amelia Earhart. That's cool. Okay, so that was the general trivia done. So we've got a few like repeat. There's entertainment trivia questions. Let's go with these. Let's go back to some entertainment ones. So I assume they're a mix of TV and film. So Mr. Potato Head repeats. Here we go. What was the first feature-length animated movie ever released? Hint, it was a Disney movie. I believe the first animated film ever released is between two for me. I think it's Snow White. I'm gonna lock that in. I'm gonna go for that. Yes, it is Snow White. Snow White. What TV series showed the first interracial kiss on American network television? I know this one, and I know it from a TV program. I can't remember the TV program I learnt this off. I believe it's Star Trek. Unless I'm getting confused, but I'm pretty sure it's Star Trek. Yeah, so Star Trek was the first TV series to show the first interracial kiss on American network television. Who were the four main characters' names in the TV series Golden Girls that ran from 1985 to 1992? I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. For Golden Girls, I'm gonna go with answer was Dorothy, Rose, Blanche, and Sophia. I said Sapphire, maybe that's what I meant. Really, that's what I meant. What awards has an EGOT winner won? I forgot I was answering along, I've just revealed it. An EGOT, EGOT winner. What awards have they got? And the answer is an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Which member of the Beatles married Yoko Ono? Yoko. This is of course John Lennon, right? I'm pretty sure it's John Lennon. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Beatles, but I know roughly their lives, kind of thing. What are the names of Cinderella's stepsisters? Cinderella's stepsisters, honestly, I didn't really know they had names. I'm gonna go with Ugly Nina and Brian. I don't know. Anastasia and Drizella. Never would have known that in a million years. Which famous US festival hosted over 350,000 fans in 1969? I mean, I'm just going to take an educated guess and say Woodstock, because I'm sure Coachella wouldn't have been going on back then, and Woodstock's really the only other US festival that I know. Yeah, the answer is Woodstock. What is the biggest selling music single of all time? Biggest selling music single of all time? Oh, I don't know, it could literally be anything. It could be a silly song, it could be an old, and I assume it's going to be an old song. I'm going to go with maybe, I don't know, Macarena. It isn't, but Candle in the Wind, apparently. I do believe that this website, I did make sure that these trivia questions were updated in 2023, so it's probably still, probably still accurate. So Candle in the Wind, 1997 apparently, is the biggest selling music single of all time. When Walt Disney was a child, which character did he play in his school function? What character did he play in his school function? When Walt Disney was a child, who would he have played? The story, sorry for yawning there, it is really late. Let's go with Peter Pan. That's the only male those old stories that I know, male lead, I assume is the lead. Oh, it was Peter Pan, nice. There you go. And we got some more sports trivia, but I feel like we just sort of did sports. Oh, here we go, we got some kid-friendly trivia questions. So, let's answer these together, and this should really close out the video. So, if you're at this point, firstly, why are you not asleep yet? Was this video not relaxing enough for you? If so, I apologise. But if you're still playing along, then there's no excuses for getting any of these wrong, because they're for children. Okay, here we go. What is the fastest land animal? Cheetah. Yes, of course, it's a cheetah. In Little Red Riding Hood, who does the wolf dress up as? The answer is grandmother. I'm not even looking at the answers, I'm so confident. Stars and Stripes is the nickname of the flag of which country? Of course, it's the United States of America. Who is the patron saint this one wrong. Not that I'm, demeaning your intelligence. How many colours are there in a rainbow? How many colours are there in a rainbow? And the answer is, I think it's 7. I really hope it's 7. It's 7. My stomach's rumbling again. Nice quick one. What colour is it? Ruby. 3, 2, 1. Red, of course. Of course. In the poem Humpty Dumpty, where was Humpty when he fell? The wall. Yeah, he was on a wall and he had a great fall. Who was the first US president? First US president. I believe it's George Washington. I think. And it is. George Washington. And what were Jack and Jill going up the hill to fetch? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. A pail of water. What country is responsible for creating the Olympic Games? What country is responsible for creating the Olympic Games? I believe the answer is Greece. Yes, the answer is Greece. That is gonna do it for the trivia questions today. Let me know if this format is something you enjoy. I think I watched, do you know the videos I really enjoy is those videos that people do, it's like asking you insanely personal questions. I think there's something extra like tingly or like someone asking you questions really leans into that like relaxing element because it feels a little bit more direct and like it's more of like a relaxing conversation. So I figured doing some trivia, sort of pub quiz style, mixes up me just telling you the facts, and you can test your brain a little bit as you fall asleep or as you simply just unwind and relax and all of that business we watch ASMR for. So let me know down below if this is a format you'd like to see again. Maybe we can just do more specific trivia questions, varying on episodes, like 100 trivia questions about ... If that's something you'd like to see, then leave a like and let me know down below. But that is going to do it for tonight's video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I really hope you get a good night's sleep.